Right guys, we're back. For those of you who don't remember, this guy is called Steve. You would have seen him for a long time. I haven't, you know, I've been crying for weeks, but there we go.
Actually, it was my sat-nav to get here this morning.
I bet he did. You'll have to cut that out. Yeah, so, what was I going to say?
I'm going to tell them it's our new video.
Oh yeah. By the time you get this one though, hopefully, he'll have got his arse into gear and done the final video on the Barn Find RS 500. Yep. So hopefully this will be about video 76. So anyway, workshop update this one, isn't it? So this has come in. This is a car I've known for quite a few years. Sold it, then sold it again for a customer, and sold it again. I think it's been with us 3 or 4 times this to be sold. Now with a guy who loves it to bits, to be fair, and has asked us to rebuild the engine and gearbox. Nothing really wrong with them, is there? It's sweet as a nut, to be fair. Drops a little bit of oil in cylinder 4, but nothing that's anything to worry about, to be fair, for an older car. But he just said, look, rebuild it. I know it's perfect then, and it'll see him out, sort of thing. So this is mine and your job, innit, for this morning.
Get the engine out of it.
Engine and box out, get the engine to blue, rebuild that, get the gearbox to Barra. He'll do the gearbox for us, and that's it. So this is quite an easy job, this, isn't it?
Yeah, should only be, what, a day to get engine out?
Yeah, yeah.
And then put it on a pallet.
Off it goes.
Yep.
You shouldn't have said that. We're going to charge customer 10 days. So,
Take us 10 days to get this engine and gearbox
yeah,
out.
24 to put it back in. But no, it's a nice little number, this one. It's nice, clean, easy work. As you'll see, we'll put a close-up of the engine bay, and that's a nice car anyway. And an update on one. It's been here a while, hasn't it, that?
Yes.
That Moonstone.
Yeah, so we'll grab camera.
Yeah.
We'll have a look.
We'll have a look at that.
So this is the Moonstone modified car that had the 17-inch complimented THs on it, lots of bits of bling under the bonnet and what have you, and basically the customer wanted it putting back to as standard a car as possible, apart from fuel pressure reg that we put on everything. Yeah. So we're about there with it now. Just before I disappeared, we were waiting on, I think it was that hose there, because it's got a T34 turbo on it. Yeah. So the original hose doesn't fit, does it, because it's not long enough?
It was the diameter of the intake there that's bigger.
So we've got, that's obviously in now. We've put the original dump valve, like the recirculating dump valve, back on it in bits and pieces, because it had a, did it have an aftermarket?
Yeah, it had a block, usual big blingy one, didn't it?
Brakes have been changed, so it's pretty much done. It's been for an MOT, which it passed. And it's more or less ready to go, is it? Yeah, just to clean it. Clean it and give it a back out inside, because somebody made a mess inside. So let's have a close-up. Oh, we changed all the radio wiring, didn't we? Yeah, it had all an aftermarket stereo in it, so Steve rewired all that. Took the alarm system out of it, because it was like 3.5 hours to get it to start, wasn't it? So we took all that out. Took all the strut braces, the alley tanks, the big cone filter. Had a big 500 intercooler, aluminium rad. All breather kit, which we've taken off. We've had the Ropper cover refurbished for us by Phil Allenby, Phil Oy. Is it taken? He has, hasn't he?
Yeah, he had a takeout on there, a aluminium tube tolerance fit. So he's welded that up for us. You'd never tell that was there, like, so that's been done. All new hoses, because they had silicone hoses everywhere. So yeah, it's nice. Wheels refurbished, new tyres, standard brakes put back on. It's had a lot of work, hasn't it? A lot of work. Yeah. Rear diff was a gripper. Yeah, so we changed that for a standard one. That was rebuilt at Barra Motorsport for us. Put a standard exhaust system back on it, one of the reproduction ones. So yeah, spent quite a bit of money on it, putting it back. I even plug leads, because it had blue Motorsport plug leads on it, so I put the black ones on. Group A coil on it, that's been taken off. Yeah, so it's now about as original as you're going to get it, without messing around with turbos and bits and pieces. Yeah, and to be fair, he's quite happy with performance of it, and to be fair, it's something you don't really notice straight away. When you lift bonnet, you don't notice the turbo. It's even got a standard heat shield back on it, which was a rare find. So yeah, so it's done, innit? Yep, so another one, hopefully. Are we taking that off? Oh yeah, he did ask, good spot, because that looks a bit naff, doesn't it? So that's another one ready to leave, I guess. Thank God. We'll best have a look at what's turned up there. Right then, so this car, most of you'll know this really well. This is what we call the original Our Barn Find RS 500. This is all done now, finished, and unfortunately now being sold. So I'm going to do a walk around video on this shortly and do one of my sales videos telling you all about it and a detail of it, which is pretty mint now, because obviously we got Steve I Do Dents got rid of all the dents on it for us. The CMS Porsche did the detailing, so the paintwork looks amazing. And obviously we all know this car's been gone through top to bottom, so a fantastic car for somebody who wants a one owner, low mileage, unrestored, genuine RS500. So look out for the video on that one. And then, no surprise, what have we got parked behind it? Another one owner from new, RS500. This sold recently. I'll put lights on, Steve, eh?
I spend some money.
Oh, meat will be off like mad. It's coming out of your wages. Yeah, so this is quite a unique RS500, not only because it's obviously low owners, low mileage, which it has covered. Have a look. 12,000 from new. But this, to the keen 500 enthusiast, will notice D-Reg, which means it's a press car. So this is one of, I think there was, don't quote me because I am getting Alzheimer's, I think about 16 cars in total, including prototypes, press cars, parts validation cars. And what I like about this car is a lot of things that if you know what you're looking at, you would be considered to be wrong, but they're not wrong on this car because it was a sort of pre-production car really, a press car. It hasn't got the RS500 damper on it. It's got the standard 3-door Cosy turbo damper, which is correct for this car. You'll notice there on the thermostat housing, there's no bleed screw. But the casting's made for it, but they never actually drilled it and put it in. The alternator's slightly different, just minor little things, but the great thing is, they're still on this car. It is exactly as a pre-production press car was. So, makes this quite a rare, nice find really. So, this is here just for get it up and running, belt tension of the usual, it's rot free, the brakes are all free but we'll just strip them, clean them, do the usual, and the customer's just basically left it with us to do what we think it needs doing. So a nice little job that one, on a rare car.
Duckham's car's on the ramp. Progress is being made. It's come out of there and it's now in here. So in another 6 months we might have took the wheels off it.
It'll be back in there.
But we're still waiting on this because the weather has been absolutely rubbish. Well, it's not where I've been in Cameroon, it was absolutely brilliant, but it's been no good here.
Yeah, not like rubbing it in, is it?
No good here for shot blasting cars. So we're going to do the same to this as what we did to the barn find. So I think Mark had obviously been watching our videos and thought the lads have got naught better to do. So we'll give them another underfloor resto. So that's what we're being on with. Well, that's what we will be on with once we've got it blasted. That's kind of where we're at, isn't it? We're still waiting on the shell to turn up for the other one, which wants the inner wings and bits and pieces. Well, we've got one.
Yeah,
Paul's telling me behind the camera we've got one.
Yeah, we've got a brand new shell.
That's what happens when you're away for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so we've got a brand new shell. So I guess we'll be on with that once it's painted. But yeah, we'll carry on through the week. We'll come back to you and let you know what we achieve and what we don't quite achieve, what we intended to achieve. Right guys, we're on Friday already. Someone's had 2 days off and it wasn't me this time.
Oh, I have 2 days, he has 7 weeks.
So, we ain't got a massive amount done this week, but we have got the engine put back together, which is...
I think we've done a fair bit, you cheeky.
Yeah, we've done a bit. We've done a bit, but engine's back together, turbo's rebuilt.
Yep.
Engine had a freshen up, didn't it? Because bottom end shells were knackered.
Yeah, it had a liner put in piston in cylinder number 3 because it had a score in the block. So we put a liner in there because obviously we were at the last ball with the engine. So that was done. We've had everything aqua blasted. All new nuts and bolts just to make it look nicer. We've even painted up fuel injectors now, haven't we?
Yeah, this isn't the rocker cover that's going on it though, is it?
No, it's just one we use just to put engines in and out so you can chuck chain and that on it without marking the freshly painted one. So that sort of last job we put on in it is a rocker cover.
So, new triple plate clutch. Brand spanking.
Sod the expense.
Yeah.
Andy won't be able to eat now for 3 weeks, but there you go.
So, engine's built, we've washed off the gearbox, intercoolers, bits and pieces, prop shaft, all that kind of stuff. That was today. Back end, earlier on in the week, I made all the oil pipes up whilst you were building the engine. So if I grab the camera,
Yeah, go and get me. He wants to show you his handiwork.
you can talk us through it.
No, you can.
Yeah, so we've had, obviously, turbo's been rebuilt. I'm guessing that went to the same place we always send them, was it?
Yeah, Vince and Mark at Turbo Performance.
Manifold, did they do the same? Did they clean that up?
No, I did that.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Paul's done the manifold, what a grand job he's done.
Lovely, look at that, all brand new nuts, washers, all the correct ones.
They're for the EGT sensors, aren't they?
They are, which people will say, what's an EGT sensor, Steve?
What is an EGT?
Exhaust
gas temperature. Yep, so that's for them. Probably quite, there won't have been many cars have them on back in the time, was there? Back in the 80s?
Not road cars, but all race cars had them.
And then manifolds was aqua blasted by
Dave McKinley. I don't know what he trades as, I can't remember.
No, we get all our stuff done there, don't we?
Yeah.
Fuel rails have been re-zinced. Paul's breaking his new camera, so we'll be back to iPhones before long.
Look at that, I painted all injectors as well. Look, I rubbed them all down and painted them because they were rusty.
As we said, triple plate clutch. We had Phil Allenby do some welding on the sump because that was leaking.
Yeah, that was knackered, wasn't it?
So it's pretty much ready to go in. That's next job to put that in. So whilst Paul was putting that together, I started making up the oil pipes.
Look at that.
Dash 10 fittings. And then the same inside the car. We're just waiting on the oil coolers. Once the oil coolers turn up, we can get them in and then we can get all that bolted in properly.
They're just temporary fitted in, aren't they now?
Yep.
As we say, he's made them all up, which is quite a time-consuming job doing
Yeah.
this.
We had the originals, didn't we? But they'd just been dragged around someone else's workshop before it came here, and the ends was open, and it's not, for the cost involved, it's not worth the risk of fitting the old oil pipes and then wondering why engine spun a shell or whatever.
No.
So that was one of the conditions of us putting it back together, wasn't it? That
New pipes.
Add new pipes.
And obviously fuel lines we're going to change anyway because we're changing them to
Teflon.
because of the new fuel that eats the rubber.
Yep.
So
there we go.
get your hands out of your pocket, Steve. Let's have this engine in.
Pretty much ready to go.
take two?
This is take two, yeah.
I forgot to put sound on cameras.
I don't even know what to say to that because
Could you
it's
do?
not the first time. There you go, look. Right, so it is Friday afternoon. Engine's now in. Gearbox is in. Prop shaft's on.
Half of it.
Half prop shaft's on. We've left the back half of the prop off because the oil coolers sit right up where in between or either side of the prop shaft, so until that's bolted in we thought we'd leave them off. But I guess we'll have a look, shall we, and see what we've done.
And make sure Sam's on. Right, is sound on?
Sound is on.
Right, it's in. We've finally got the engine in. And it looks alright as well, I think, doesn't it?
Look at that, eh? Never been so clean, has it?
It hasn't been clean for 20 odd years, this, has it? Look at it.
Looks well, to be fair, doesn't it?
Yeah, we're happy with it, aren't we?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Yeah. To say it's not a concourse build or anything, it's a race car at the end of the day. And Andy isn't the richest man in the world, so there's not a compromise, I would say, but we're trying to do the best we can without spending unnecessary amounts of money. So it's in, sat there, looking good. Bells, that's what you've been doing, haven't you?
I have.
So we now mentioned it on a previous video, I'm sure, if we did or we didn't, the brake bells, these on Andy's car, which is common, they rattle, and then they wear, you can see there, they wear all the holes oval. So these were scrap. So we've had them remanufactured. And there we are, brand new front bells, made to exactly as the old ones, but with round holes. So we've done them for the front. We've also done them for the back, but Steve's been messing about too much today. I ain't got this disc on, but we've got the rear ones done there. Again, exact to the original specifications. So they're now on the shelf, available with the numerous other things we're starting to get there, aren't we?
Yep.
And we'll have a quick look underneath of what we've been doing. As we said, the gearbox is now in with the new clutch, all new nuts and bolts where necessary. You know, we don't want to put all the scabby stuff back on. Front half of prop shaft is on loose just till we get, because we'll drop the back down to put the rear piece in, but at least it's in place. We know everything's fitting well. We had to drop the anti-roll bar down to get the gearbox in, because on the early 88 cars, obviously you can see they cut the bell housing for the bar, but on the later ones they've dropped the anti-roll bar so it misses the bell housing. So we had to do that. That's it, innit? Is that all we've done this week?
Fuel pump.
Yeah. Let me put this down.
I mean, we ain't done much to it, but we've had a parcel.
Yeah, look at this. Now, a lot of people will probably have seen these. This is a fuel pump that was fitted to all the Rouse cars, and it sits on top of the rocker cover on a nice little bracket. That's Andy's had a new one made there, look, instead of the chewed and scabby old one. I don't know quite how it bolts on yet, something like that. Anyway, that bolts onto the rocker cover.
Goes on the two upright pegs, doesn't it, that the cam belt cover
That's
sits
right.
on.
And it's adjustable, so it sits on there like that. And there's a belt that drives off the cam pulley, which you forgot to send us. So anyway, we'll clean this up, won't we?
Well, it's had a rebuild on it.
We'll say no more about that. He said he's rebuilt it as Andy, but I think he forgot maybe how many years, decades ago that was. So we'll give it a good clean out, won't we, inside? Yep. Clean it up, put that on, which is a nice little thing. So that's to go on, but we were talking about this.
Yeah, you reckon that's off some old Austin Metro or some...
I don't know. Someone said to me it's an Austin Rover part, but it's made by Cosworth, look. It's got Cosworth on it. It's got a part number there. And I can't remember what it's off, but it's off an old standard production car. But if anybody can remember, tell us what you think it's off. But it's, like I say, a recognisable, genuine Rouse part that looks good. So that's it this week, innit? Because it's been a short week.
Yep.
So Steve says this won't be an own video. You're going to put it on to next week as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll probably end up dumping it on next week.
Mate,
So we best do some graft next week, haven't we? So we've got something to film.
For a change. I've had 2 days off. He's had 7 weeks and he's moaning at me. Unbelievable. But anyway.
Hey, I've been around in them 7 weeks. I've been to Cameroon, I've been Huddersfield.
Oh, there's a comparison, isn't there? I've been to Cameroon and Huddersfield. Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, next week we'll stick this in. So this will be a 2-weekly roundup.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, end of second week.
Hang on. Before we go any further, this is take 2. We've just done 20 minutes. And what didn't you do, Steve?
I forgot to press the button to turn the
sound.
To turn the receiver on.
Unbelievable.
There's too many buttons to press. I can only deal with 3 or 4.
I'm saying nothing.
Anyway.
No, I want to dwell on it. I want to milk it for all it's worth.
So it's the end of the second week.
Short second week.
Short second week. So we've actually only done a week over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
But I'm away again tomorrow for only 2 days, just Huddersfield.
He said that. He said that last time he was away. I'm away for a week. How long were you away? 6?
16 weeks. No, it wasn't that
6?
long. No. Yes, it might have been about that long, yeah.
It was. Trust me.
Yeah,
Are you going to tell him what you've been doing or what?
Well, I'm thinking about it, yeah.
Go on,
You sure I don't want to mention any more about I forgot to turn sound on?
No, I think we've got it.
Right, I'll grab camera.
Grab Cameron, we'll show him what he's been doing for these 3 days he's been here. So what have you been doing, Steve?
I have been oil cooler pipes.
And fuel pipes.
Oil cooler pipes, oil coolers.
We put these in today, didn't we?
Yep.
Took 2 of us. Got Skinny Boy inside, while Fat Boy and me went for underneath.
We're zooming in there.
So we've got 2 oil coolers for engine there. So they're in, bolted in, new bobbins, new coolers, diff coolers in. We just need to make a bracket for that, don't we? Because we're not happy with that, are we?
Nah, want something, doesn't it?
So we'll make a bracket off there just to hold that stable. But that's in, couple of pipes to fit, that's that done. Fuel pipes sticking through there that Steve's made that go on to the...
pumps, twin electric pumps they go to. High pressure them.
Oh, that's right, they go round there like that. Anyway, we'll show them because we've got the pumps over here, look.
Yeah.
So we've got these.
So they're the new Bosch 200s, aren't they? Which have taken over from the 044s.
Yeah, but they're a real little pump, aren't they?
And apparently flow slightly better as well than a 44.
Yeah, so we've got
Nice
them.
little brackets.
We're going to make a nice little plate, aren't we, to mount them on. They'll mount up under the floor, so they'll look sexy.
Yep.
Like me.
Brake bells are being fitted.
All brand new, front and back. Go on, show them back on. Look at that.
With pads. So we're just waiting on... We were going to make brake lines up for them, flexes ourselves, but we're going to have them made now, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to get a company to make them for us.
Mainly because they're crimped as well, so there's less chance of them leaking or you having issues. Or
And we can sell them to people, can't we?
that's it, yeah, for £1 million.
Inch. Right, we'll wait for this long, boring job for this ramp to go down now so you can take rest of what Steve's been doing. What have I done this week? Rad and cooler.
Go on, there must be something else.
Rad and cooler.
And then after that you did that rad and cooler, didn't you?
That's it, yeah, I forgot about that. I've done now, what have I? Again, apart from sort out parts for Andy, dig through containers of parts and... No, we've been messing about, we've done quite a bit, haven't we, really? So we're getting to that stage now where you can spend a full day and it looks like you've done now. So, this is a temporary rocker cover that we put on just because we don't want the finished one on until the job's finished. So we've fitted this, which is a mechanical fuel pump. It was fitted to all Rouse cars.
And after a bit of research, it looks like it's off like the BDA rally car type stuff.
Cars, yeah. I think when you said it was, and I thought, yeah, I've seen them on. No, I think they mount over here somewhere on a Mark 1.
It looked like it has something here with like a bearing, and then it drives the shaft to it further back.
Right. Yeah, that's right. You're right. Hey, you're not as daft as you look, are you?
Well, Google helped me with that one.
Well, you are as daft as you look then. Anyway, so we'll put that on temporarily so Steve can make up these fuel lines, which we're tie wrapped on for now just to get the lengths right, but we'll put some nice brackets and clips on there. Made these, haven't you? The oil pipes, oil feeds.
And why have we only got push fittings on that link pipe?
Because that's all Rouse cars had.
They didn't bother with the weld-on stuff for that, do they?
Nothing to do with us. We've got to take off there for fuel pressure.
The other thing that's a little bit different is we normally have 2 feeds, one into each rail.
We do. We like one. We weld fittings onto both fuel rails and have 2, because we've got 2 fuel lines in the car coming from 2 pumps. But for some reason on Rouse he joined them where a Y joint and then goes into 1 feed, and the feed comes into this pump, out of that pump into the fuel rail. Yeah, so if the electronic pumps fail, this can keep going. So this will kick you back to pits.
That's theory behind it, isn't it?
It works.
Seems to work.
Yeah. And then oil pipes from the oil sandwich plate. Steve's made all brand new pipes up. Quite a neat job, I think, to be fair. I'll give you a bit of credit for that.
Aye.
Yeah.
Thanks, boss.
You're all right. Yeah, credit where credit's due. You know, seeing as you never say out nice about
Hang
me.
on, get me that chair so I can have a sit down.
So that's that done, innit? You've done all pipes inside.
Yep.
There's the pipe work that you can see, the oil pipes that go to them coolers that we've showed you underneath. So all the pipes running, which is quite a clever idea really, because they're out of danger, aren't they? So they're all the oil cooler pipes there. So they're all in and done. So
Main feed and return.
Yeah, they're the fuel lines there, 2 feed, 1 return.
We've said already, we don't like them bunched up like that, do we? But that's how they were.
Yeah, we when we build a car, we run them separately, don't we? And we run them down both sides. But having said that, the oil pipes on our cars don't run inside, do they?
Yeah.
So, what else have we done this week? Duckham's car. I have done some other work, you see.
That was Saturday. You're not claiming that as this week.
So, Duckham's car, engine's finally out. Look at that. Revin Kevin did that. Revin took that out on Saturday.
I knew it wasn't you who took it out.
Yeah.
What were you doing whilst Revin did that?
Watching. I like watching. I find it very therapeutic.
Is that the original colour of the block?
Yeah. Is it blue?
Yeah, it's like a real light greeny blue, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it? But that is the original engine, the original block and everything that was in this car when it ran in period.
You see, that's got the 2 feeds, has it?
No, the 2 feeds there.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's going to go now and get rebuilt, stripped and rebuilt. Going to give it a tidy up under there, aren't we, and just clean it up and make it look a little bit nicer for now.
Yeah.
Just because I've got OCD and that does my head in. So we'll get rid of all this crap on here and tidy it up and make it look nice.
I think a good steam clean under there.
Look better, won't it?
Yeah, it will, yeah.
And we'll tidy it up and bling all engine because I can't help myself.
You're going to get rid of that?
Yeah, I don't want power steering. Carl Jones, you're a gay.
That's 3 videos in a row. You've said that. YouTube will be banning us soon.
Not bothered. What else have we done? Oh, we got my motorbikes out, haven't we?
We have.
Behind you. And this one was up on shelf. I'll send a picture to Steve so he can put it on. This was up on a shelf, wasn't it? I went to get this down, didn't we?
Which seemed a good idea when you put it up there.
Yeah, I ain't doing it again. Because my buttocks were doing that, weren't they, when we were getting it down with straps.
I was having a panic on.
Because we got it down with one of them, what they call a genie, that they use for putting steels up when they knock holes in buildings. So we hired one of them, didn't we? Put straps on frame and lifted it up with genie. Which sounded like a good idea, but it worked, but...
It was a brilliant idea because it was mine.
Yeah, so the reason out, because I've sold it.
We managed to get it all the way down there, which looked like if there were going to be an issue, it were going to be then.
Yep.
We got it down on floor, brought it round here.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And then we fell it off. We've got stand there. See all our paddock stands. Bearing in mind, this bike has been on that shelf, so it's been that high off the ground for two and a half years on that paddock stand on that shelf. We brought it in here, lifted it up, put it on the paddock stand, and the bobbin on this side pulled out at back swinging arm. The bike fell over. Well, it didn't fall over. It dropped, didn't it?
Bobbin fell out. Quickly followed by your ass.
Fuck shit it, didn't we? Because some idiot had put the bolt in that swing arm in one thread maximum.
Yeah, it was,
wasn't
yeah.
it? And how
Into,
the hell,
into alloy as well.
how that bike has sat up there for 2.5 years, when you think we rove and chewed to get it up there, and we brought in here, just put it on, it fell over. Well, it didn't fall over, but we caught it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it jammed on swing arm, so it didn't mark the swing arm, but we had to put new bolts in there because they've done it on both sides, haven't they?
Yeah.
So that was proper a near miss, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that's twice. Like that getting it down, and like that putting it on stand. But I've sold these. That's why they're out, because they've gone. Because contrary to popular belief, I do have to sell something when I buy something new.
Down to his last million. He's having to sell some stuff.
I got sacked from bank for that, you know, working to the nearest mill. So I do it on a tape measure. So yeah, so these have all gone as a collection, which I wanted them to. I wanted to split them.
Buying some more cool stuff. Or bought some more cool stuff.
I'm not saying what it is there, though.
It's cool though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're gonna want to definitely see it in the next video, aren't they? Or a next video.
Yeah. But I'm still not saying till it comes. But it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
So these are gone. I didn't really want to sell them. I like them, but I like other things more than these.
So you're gonna have to say, because if there's any other people like me who are really not bike guys, what's so special?
These are, to put it simply, the RS 500 of the bike world. Again, these were race bikes.
Start with this one then.
Yeah, all the manufacturers had to build. They raced 750 basically road bikes in GP racing back in the day. So if they wanted to update a bike and make it quicker and faster, the same as they did with the RS 500, you had to build a minimum number to homologate the changes on the production bikes. So these basically are all 4 of the manufacturers' homologation specials built for racing. So they're all the same in respect to, they've all got aluminium fuel tanks instead of steel to make them lighter. They've all got single seat, which is a permanent single seat. You can't put 2 people on them. They're all fiberglass panels to make them lighter. Quick release fasteners, quick release wheels. This has got all-in suspension, all-in forks, titanium conrods in engine. So everything was tweaked on them. So they're very, very rare special bikes, these. These were like, they look very similar to a production bike that you could buy, but these were like 2 and 3 times the price of like a X-Up 1000 was probably 4 or 5 grand brand new, and these were like 14, 15 grand. So they're quite trick things. This is the first one I bought. This is the one I wanted. And then I realised, well, all the manufacturers did the same. So I collected all 4. So this is the one most people, that's classed as a Yamaha OW01 is that one. This one's an RC30, which was made sort of famous really because it had the single-sided swinging arm. So that was quite a trick idea to get the wheel off really quick, because like on a touring car, you just one nut wheel off, back on in sort of record time. Again, alley tank, fiberglass bodywork, quick release fasteners, trick engine. That's the valuable one of the 4. For some reason this fetches big money, does this bike. This is the Kawasaki homologation bike, which is a ZXR 750R. Again, no need to say tank, blah blah blah, all the same as all the bikes. Trick suspension and everything the same. So again, rare bike. That one, Suzuki GSX-R, because people say they're not called RRs. What's that then? An RR stands for race replica, so I've been told. But I am not a bike expert, so...
I know all about the engine in this one.
Go on then.
So this is the old engine in the new frame, but it only came in the RR. And I know that because I heard it 20 minutes ago and I forgot to press the sound button.
Yeah, when you forgot to press the sound. Not that we want to dwell on the fact that this is the second time we've done this because you forgot to press the sound button again.
Go on, tell us properly about it then.
When they brought this model out of Suzuki GSX-R, the model before it was known as the slab side. Real ugly bike it was, but it was like a brick. And it was flat on the sides, hence the slab side. They'd already developed that engine that well and got it exactly how they wanted it. They didn't want to then start again with a brand new engine for this race bike. So what they did is this version has got the old slab side race engine in it. even though it's the newer model of GSXR bike, but it's only the RR version that has the old engine in it. So again, it'll be a little bit different, but this is the rarest of the four, because obviously again there was only about roughly 500 made worldwide of each bike.
And you've never ridden any of these, have you?
No.
You've just bought them as one-to-one models again.
Are you having a dig there? What? Isn't it? Yeah, I like collecting things.
Yeah.
So I
But people will think, has he ridden them? You haven't, have you? They all are restored and pretty much.
No, they're not.
They're not restored.
Never ever been touched. That's completely original. Never been restored. 5,000 miles from new. So yeah. So they're all. This is the rarest, because there was only 50 of these brought into the UK. So out of all four, this is the rarest of the four, but not the most valuable. That one is the Honda RC30.
So how many? There's 50 of them. 50. How many of them green ones?
I was told every time you Google it or go on different websites, you always get different numbers. Well, let's just say roughly on these three, there's roughly around 100 UK bikes. That one there was only 50. So there we are. So I've sold them.
Honda's a UK one, isn't it?
They're all UK. The only one that's a Jap bike is this one. All the others are, and it didn't bother me, because when they get, they're all Jap, aren't they, really? So what difference does it make?
And was that for the fast fills?
Yeah, so you can undo that, put 2 quick fillers in to get the fuel in faster. But the only difference on this one, for the boffins, on the Japanese one, this is a Jap import, the headlights are flush there, look. On the UK bike, the headlights were recessed further in, like that. So they sat inward on the fairing, which I like that one better, if I'm being honest. The cat's just wanting to do a bit of detail in there, look, so she's knocked that detailer off. Yeah. So there we are, they're all gone.
Oh, they're going to the new home then, aren't they?
Yeah, we said goodbye to the bikes for something new, but they're all gone to a friend of mine. He's bought them, because I wanted them to go as a collection. I wasn't going to split them, because it took me ages to build the set, so I wasn't going to sort of separate them.
So these have come out of toy room, haven't they?
They've come out of my toy room to give me more space, because I bought more suits.
Because it looks like Madam Two Swords in there.
Yeah, all your mates.
Aye.
The only people that will stick.
The only people who listen to me around here.
Yeah, they are, exactly. So he goes and talks himself in there. And he thinks they nod their head and listen, but they're not. But yes, more room in there. And because I wanted to buy another item. And that's all we're going to say on that, innit? So that's it. So I'm going to give these a clean tomorrow. Ready for the new owner, collecting them on Friday. I'll cry a bit when they go, won't I?
I would think so.
It took me a long time to find this collection.
But it is a cool thing that you bought.
I think so. You think so?
I do, yeah. Bit of me it is.
The people that know think it's cool.
It's not an Escort Cosy.
No, it isn't, no. So that's it. So that's our week done. Just a little bit on these bikes. So next week, what are we doing next week? Andy's car. Yeah. I'm going to try and get that finished out.
We're going to actually write a list of what needs done on that one on the ramp.
Yeah, this is a 14,000 mile from new RS500 that's coming to be recommissioned. This has been stood for donkey's years in the guy's garage.
It's not a barn find, is it?
No, it's a garage find.
But it's, you can see there it wants out of gaiters.
Yeah.
Brakes probably, I guess.
Yeah, they'll want rebuilding.
But other than
new
that,
bushes and belt tension, a water pump, exhaust.
We keep thinking there can't be any more that need work like this, and then another one pops up.
Another one turns up. So we've got plenty to do, haven't we, as usual. So in between waiting for bits for Andy's car, we can strip this, can't we?
Yeah, still on D40s, look.
Get this done. And then we're waiting for Blaster to finish, to do the blasting on that car for us, and then once that's done, we can put that back together, can't we?
Yeah, just waiting on a bit of decent weather, aren't we, for that?
But if we ever get any.
Yeah.
So that's it, that's this week done. Next week, we've plenty to go at. So we'll update you then. Thanks for watching.